Welcome to Pigtronix. My name is David Koltai. I'm one of the founders of Pigtronix, and I'm here today to present the Tone Doctor Sessions. This first episode is going to cover how to combine your pedals. We're going to talk about what effects you should put where. Now, there are no rules, there are no laws, except that you definitely want to use the proper power supply for any pedal. So, here we go. This is the Pigtronix custom Bob Bradshaw built pedal board. It has almost everything we make on it, and I'm going to use it as an example of what order you should put your pedals in. As I said before, there's no rules. You definitely should feel free to experiment and do things differently. But this is the way I do it for my performance board, and I think it works really, really well. So we're going to start off here. First pedal in the chain is a compressor. It's the Philosopher's Tone. That thing is going to amplify everything that comes before it quite a bit. So you want the best possible signal-to-noise ratio for your compressor. And that would be absolutely the signal right from your instrument. Moving on, we have the Mothership. This is a harmonizer pedal. Other pedals like this might be like the Digitech Whammy or the Boss Octave Down, or even the Frequency Analyzer by Electro-Harmonix. That's ring modulators, synth voices, and sub-octave type of pedals. This thing loves to be driven by the compressor, which levels out the peaks and valleys in your sound and gives you a nice smooth and even strong signal to drive any kind of pitch tracking equipment. The Mothership, like many pitch tracking devices, is gate operated. So when you play a note, the gate opens, you hear the music, and then when you stop playing, the gate closes, and abruptly you stop hearing the music. So we follow the Mothership with the Philosopher King. This is an amplitude modulation pedal. It changes the loudness of your signal over time, giving you volume swells and chopping or just pure sustain. It has distortion in it. So I like to use this pedal to soften the attack of the Mothership or other synthesizers to give me, slow attacks and pads, as well as chopping, rhythmic, helicopter effects, and all sorts of other craziness. So next we have the distortions. Overdrive, fuzz, and classic distortion with octave up. After the distortions, we go into the modulation section of this pedal board, which features the envelope phaser. This gives you rotary phaser sounds as well as envelope-controlled phaser sounds. It's sort of like taking a Univibe and a Mutron and merging them in a dark alley at night. And this is their bastard child. We have a trigger switcher on the edge of this board here that you can see that allows me to choose between my clean signal, triggering the envelope, or an external signal. That could be something like the drummer's hi-hat, or perhaps my bass player, another musician in the band whose music is then going to open and close the envelope on my pedal board. So it's not like we'll hear them in my amp, but we will hear the effects of their playing coming through in the modulation of the phaser. Last in the chain is delay, the Echolution. This is essentially like 6 delay pedals all synced up to a master clock with chorus and tremolo in it as well. It's a monster of a delay pedal. It's my favorite thing we make, and is absolutely my desert island pedal, my rainy day woman. So the Echolution is stereo output, and generally you're going to put delay pretty late in your chain. I really don't recommend putting distortions after delay. I really like delay well after distortion, as well as most modulation pedals. Moving on from the Echolution, the final step in the Pigtronix pedal board is the brand new Tremvelope pedal. The Tremvelope is a stereo panning optical tremolo pedal. It moves your sound around the room. It even has an envelope mode that allows the dynamics of what you play to control how fast the tremolo pans around the room. It's our brand new pedal. It hasn't quite come out yet, but it's a lot of fun to play with. So moving back here, you can take the whole rig into scope. Just to recap, the order that we put our pedals in here at Pigtronix is compression, harmony and synthesis, amplitude modulation, overdrive, fuzz, distortion, phase shifting and envelope modulation, echo, chorus, tremolo, and then finally stereo panning envelope modulated tremolo. If Hendrix had this pedal, he would have been psyched.